Hey, we are back. We have been gone so long. We're back. New time, same day.
New time.
We back. It's girl Portia.
It's Karina.
Yes, we are here for You Can't Scare Us. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. A whole bunch of shit. We're gonna try some new shit. Talk about some shit. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but we gonna talk. But
we've watched a lot of horror movies.
Yes, but I do want to go into what we always do, how we always kick this out. What is the last thing you watched? The most recent.
You go first.
I watched so much shit. Well, I just watched this last night.
Blade.
Shut up.
Random.
So I watched this last night on Netflix. And you know how I be telling y'all I be committed. I stay committed. So I watched this movie called The Block Island Sound.
What?
The Block Island Sound.
And
yes.
This is on, you said Netflix?
It's on Netflix. The picture is this blonde haired dude with like red bloodshot eyes. That's the picture.
Is it a Netflix like production, or is it?
It's just on Netflix. It's not like a Netflix original or anything like that.
When did it come out?
So I was 2020, I think.
Oh, so it's newer. Okay,
it is new. So I was just flipping through because I was eating and I needed something to watch. So I was just like, oh, this looked good. So I watched it. Stay committed. I was in and out in the middle, but then I was like, So basically, this is what it's about. So it's this guy. It starts out with the dude from the cover, him and his father. They're fishermen. They fish. So they live out in this house by some lake or whatever, and they fish. So it starts off with his dad.
Like a good life.
Kind of seeing like he's not there. I don't know if his father was blind or if he was just, I don't know, but it seemed like he was blind because he never looked directly at them.
What?
Whenever they were talking, so
okay. So
yeah, we're gonna say he's
right.
blind.
You're here, but I'm looking over
here.
Talking
the father was always like looking whatever. So I'm just gonna go with the father was blind. So he was blind. It was a fisherman, and it starts off with him like not being coherent, and he ends up leaving the house in the middle of the night. The son can't find him. We don't really know what happened. So it goes to the boat, and the boat is completely trashed. And the father comes back home, starts acting weird. So I'm thinking like, okay, so what? Tell me what happened. I want to know what happened. So the blonde hair dude, sister, and her daughter and her boyfriend are coming to visit her brother and her father. Haven't seen them in a while.
Okay,
and she wants her younger child to see the father. So long story short, they all end up at this house. The blind father disappears in the middle of the night to go fishing again.
So they never established that
if he was blind or not.
That's so weird.
Because of his demeanor, I'm just gonna go with he was blind because he never gave them direct eye contact. And there was a scene.
Did he have a stick?
No, but there was a scene where he was.
How was he fishing if he was blind? Did he have a bell? I'm confused.
I'm confused too.
How are you fishing if you're blind?
I have no fucking idea. So the second time the father leaves in the middle of the night, he never came home. And when they go to find the boat, again, the boat is trashed. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on in the middle of the night? So they go on the search for the father, who goes missing.
Okay.
So the son goes crazy and frantic, and he decides to go out there to try to see if he can find his father's body.
Okay.
He comes back now acting like the father was acting when the movie first started.
So now he's blind.
He's not blind, but he's just acting like weird.
Okay.
He's throwing up worms and his demeanor was off. He tried
up worms.
He tried to attack his niece. He tried to kill her and just some crazy shit going on. So then it was a bunch of dialogue. I don't like too much talking. That's where they lost me. So I was like in and out because they was doing just way too much talking. Then all of a sudden, the man kidnaps his niece on the boat.
Okay.
The sister comes running like Captain Save-A-Ho and hops on the boat to save her daughter. And they get out into the middle of the ocean and because like the fish were dying. So
What?
To backtrack to the beginning of the story, they were talking about some phenomenon where animals were dying, birds falling from the sky, fish dying in the ocean, and they were trying to figure out if there was something weird
Biblical,
going on or
maybe?
some type of like phenomenon or whatever. So they're in the middle of the ocean, and all of a sudden the crazy guy takes off into the sky and there's fucking dead fish levitating up from the water.
So he was God.
Everything is like floating up into the air. And I'm like, what the hell? And so the lady's like hanging on to a lantern and she's like about to fly out the boat, and the little girl's holding on to barrels and she's screaming. Now, this is the part where I came back because, they lost it all that dialogue. So I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, what the hell? So they end up disappearing. The man never came back. It goes back to land where they have a blanket on the little girl and they're trying to figure out what happened. Where's your mother? Where's your uncle? Don't know where they are. I'm like, well, what the hell? So it didn't really tell us, the viewers, anything.
Okay.
So the movie ends with the mother rising up from the bottom of the water and she's just in the middle of the ocean, and then the movie ends.
What?
So this is one of those, I stayed committed. I did. I stayed committed. I have no idea what the hell this movie was about, what it was supposed to be about, if it was about some weird phenomenon in the sky. If it was something in the water.
It sounds like 5 movies like in one.
I have no idea. As soon as the movie went off, I thumbs down that movie so fast.
I gotta start doing that. I forgot you can do that on Netflix.
I thumbs it down so fast. And I was like, what the hell was that? And I was so mad.
So it felt like a waste of an hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah, I did. Because I thought it was like, when you see the pictures and you be going through.
Yeah.
Ooh,
or I like to read,
good.
like, I don't know what you like to do, like when you pick a horror movie, but I like to read like the synopsis.
If there's a trailer, I will watch the trailer.
Yeah, I'll watch the
then
trailer.
I'm like, ooh,
Yep.
okay, this is good. So,
I like how Netflix shows like a preview,
Right.
Yeah.
And I did watch another movie. I don't think it's going to be one of our clips. I forgot to put it in there. But I did watch on my favorite app, Shudder. It was called... What was it called? I gave it to you, Tone. I forgot what it was called.
A 3 is a good one to you?
What was it called? Oh, I'm running a mind blank. I'm going to look it up and tell y'all. But it's on Shudder. And it was about... The movie was based in the 70s. In Europe, I believe. And this young girl took a job as a nurse. And
I think I started watching this and I was like, I can't.
It was during the time in the 70s in Europe where they were conserving energy in the country. So at night, the power went out to conserve the energy throughout the country.
That's scary.
I forgot what they give you like the little monologue in the beginning of the movie. But so she was in this hospital with all these sick people.
No.
And the head nurse decides to put this girl on the night shift. And she looks terrified. And I guess the hospital was haunted.
The freaks come out at night.
So the hospital was haunted. And she ends up she got possessed and started like killing people.
So the girl that was scared got possessed?
Yes, she got possessed by some spirit in the hospital.
I'm just thinking like, okay, like, you know how like at work, like, well, at work, like if you're told like a shift change like that,
Yeah.
and your excuse to your boss is, no, don't put me on the shift because I'm going to get possessed. Like, did she know is that why she was scared? Like, don't put me on the shift.
She was almost like, how you can tell that something is just not right? That's kind of how she was, because she kept, before the head nurse put her on the night shift, she went into this closet to get like towels or something like that.
She went to go get possessed.
So as she was walking out of the closet, somebody blew her hair, and you can see all of her hair like
Ooh.
moving, and she like looked back like the fuck. And then that's when the head nurse was like, because she was defiant and didn't listen to her orders, so she was like, "I'm going to put you in the night shift." She's like,
They always, and that's what I'm saying. They must have knew she was going to get possessed too.
They must have,
because like jobs always do that. Like they always give you like a punishment for like.
It was crazy, but the weird thing about it is, so she gets possessed, kills some people.
And I would have killed the person that put me on the night shift.
She befriends the spirit that one of the good spirits, one of the dead spirits. She befriends her, tries to set her free. They become friends.
What?
So she's going in and out of possession in this movie.
Wait, was a good spirit trying to set her free, or she was trying to set the good spirit free?
The good spirit, which was a little girl, was trying to help the nurse who got possessed. They were helping each other. The nurse wanted to help set her spirit free from the hospital.
How about you just leave the hospital?
And I'm just like, one nurse tried to leave the hospital. She fell and died.
Fell?
She fell and died.
Like she tripped?
No, she fell. Her dumb ass. So she was black. And I said, woman, please. So she climbs out the window. Mind y'all, we know we give y'all spoilers. So the spirit or the possessed nurse has a butcher knife or knife in her hand coming to attack this black nurse. So the black nurse grabs one of the patients and she's like, come on, we're going to escape.
Oh, I thought she was going to grab the patient to shield her.
She's like, come on. So she goes to like open up this window and they're on the like, I don't know, 10th floor. I said, where the fuck you think you going on the 10th floor? So she opens up this window. She climbs out of it. And then it's got one of those like rain drain things like attached to the wall. So she turns around to the patient and goes, come on, what are you doing? Come on. So as she's getting ready to climb, she slides down the shit like a stripper pole. And then the whole thing falls off the building and she falls like 10 stories down and splats on the ground and she dead. So I was like, well,
what? Yeah, where was she going?
I have no idea. She was just getting the fuck out of there, I guess.
Go downstairs, not to upstairs. Like, no.
You know, everybody always runs upstairs. I don't know why, but why do you why? Why are we going upstairs?
No.
Why are we going upstairs? I mean, I'm going to try to go as low as I can get because if I do need to get out of a window, I want to be able to get out.
You know what that reminds me of? Like at my last job, I told some of my coworkers this, but I always kept my purse and my keys on me at work.
Me too.
So, because I was a receptionist at a hospital, so I didn't have like a desk or anything or a designated area. But I never put my stuff in the back. And she was like, somebody asked me that one day, and I was like, girl, because we work in the oncology clinic. I said, if somebody comes in here snapping one day because something doesn't happen, I said, I'm gonna let y'all know right now.
I ain't thinking about nobody.
I'm out of here. I said, that's why I keep my stuff up here. Because they said, well, I said, I'm a leave. I'm going to hop through this window right here. And I'm running through the back way and I'm out of here.
That's the same way at my job. My desk is close to one of the exit doors, one of the fire escape doors.
Yes.
And I always have my purse and my keys like right there, easy access. Mm-hmm. So if anything happened, and then my coworker was like, you wouldn't make sure I was safe. I said, no.
You're grown. I said, I love the patients, but I said, I'm not pushing no wheelchairs. I'm out of here.
Girl.
Sorry.
Girl. And then in the movie, all the patients when the power went out and she was getting possessed, all of their oxygen machines like turned off. And I was like, oh God, Lord, y'all gonna kill the people. They already about to die. I was like, what the heck? But I stayed committed like I always do. I mean, it wasn't a bad movie, but I wanted more. Yeah, I feel like
I think that's like when I talk about my movie, yeah.
I wanted more. If I'm going to watch, especially a movie where somebody's going to get possessed, I want more. I want more from the movie. Like you escape the hospital, you're possessed. I mean, so you're just going to stay possessed for the rest of your life? Like, I need to know. I want more. But yeah, those are the recent movies that I watched. What'd you watch?
So I have a clip for my movie that I watched last because I just watched it like 2 hours ago.
Oh, okay.
And it was called Cam. It's a Netflix production. I think it came out like in 2018.
And I think
Maybe I don't.
it sounds
20.
so familiar. Like I think I've seen it before.
It's basically about a webcam girl. Yeah, that's what it's about, and her identity gets stolen somehow. And I mean, this movie was pretty raunchy. I will say that. Like, it wasn't really scary. It was more so like a thriller, like a psychological thriller.
Okay,
But
did it fall under any other categories on Netflix?
it was just under the horror, and I'm like, okay, cool. And then I read the synopsis. Like, basically, this girl's a webcam girl. She has a doppelganger that takes over her account and is getting money and views and is in the top 10 for the webcam girls. And like, they're doing,
sounds realistic.
Yeah, they're doing, how it is nowadays, like with all this shit, like Instagram, all that. Like everybody's trying to get likes, views, comments, money, whatever. So, she's getting her money. Now, one thing I did like about this movie was the set. Like, her bedroom was bomb. I was like, ooh, I wish I want a bedroom like that one day. Like, her little setup was cute. Like, she knew a lot about, technology. She was working her stuff. She was getting her money. But like the first scene, because at first, like, this movie, I read the synopsis, but like, I think what the movie was trying to do in the beginning, it was trying to make like the viewer think like, oh, she's gonna have a stalker and he's gonna kill her, and whatever.
It sounds like it would.
Yeah, it was going on that kind of, venue first, and then it was like, nope, doppelganger.
Well, we gotta get your clip.
So, right, clip man. What are you watching on YouTube? What is that, Sims?
I'm working on something, but no.
Yes, we gotta get your clip so you can walk us through this.
Well,
this weird thing.
You not watching the show?
For my Instagram viewers, we are now watching the trailer for Cam.
But Cam, so I mean, yeah, you can see she's a cute little white girl, competing. Basically, like, her doppelganger comes, she hacks her account, she steals it. Her mom, like, the clip is in the bottom if you guys, whatever, you can see. So her mom, her family doesn't know what she does, but like, they show that she's getting money, whatever. The doppelganger comes and steals it. But the doppelganger, at first she thinks that, they're just re-showing. A hacker came and locked me out of my account, and they're showing my previous shows, and so she calls like the company that she's doing her little service through, and they're like, no, you're live right now. And she's watching it, and it is live, and she's like, okay. And then she goes in the chat as somebody else and says, say orange. And the girl's like, orange, orange, orange. So she's like, but the girl has her face.
Oh.
Like, it's her.
Looks just like her.
It's her. It's a doppelganger. So she's like, what the hell? So at first I'm like, okay, like, she had ran into one of her old friends at her job, like at some supermarket. I'm like, that bitch done took her account and is doing that new face digital, stuff that they can do because she's jealous. I was coming up with all kinds of stuff. Like, because in the beginning of the movie, she's friends with this tech guy, but he's like secretly in love with her. So that's why I'm like, he's gonna kill her.
You would think so.
Even my boyfriend was watching with me. He's like,
think so.
he's gonna kill her, and I'm like, yeah, that's what it's looking like. So he helped her like stage, like she. So one thing that this movie I think was trying to have a lesson about is how far people are willing to go, like, for views. Because she basically, in the beginning, the opening scene is her committing suicide. And the people in the chat are like, do it, slit your throat. And they're like, throwing her money. And I'm like, well, wait, if she slit her throat, she gonna die.
Right.
And she ain't gonna get to spend her money.
And y'all can't see nothing else because you're gone.
Right. So I'm confused. Like, so she pulls out this big ass knife and she's like, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'm like, what? So I'm like, did something possess her? Like she about to kill herself? I didn't know what direction the movie was going in. So
that would have been a good twist.
Yeah, she slits her throat and she like, I'm like,
oh, so that's where the doppelganger came.
I'm like, no, that's not when it came, but it showed like this tech guy helping her. Like he was he was egging her on in the chat and she deleted him.
Mm-hmm.
And then he came back and he's like, do it, whore. And like, so she gets up after she slits her throat and she's like, she rips this thing off her neck. She's like, oh, that was a good show. And blah, blah. I'm like, what the?
Oh, wow.
But people do like to see sick shit like that.
Yeah, they do. You'd be surprised what people will watch.
So then, after she slits her throat, she talks to the tech guy and he's like, yeah, did you like how I told you that I wanted you to fuck the knife or something? I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm thinking, okay, maybe this tech guy, because he ends up moving to her town and he's like, I'm like popping up on her and shit. So I'm thinking, I'm like, he did the shit, but no. So basically, the doppelganger is doing outrageous shit, like on the webcam, like going to the library and flashing. Oh wow! Like flashing the people.
She's doing everything.
Masturbating in the library, and then her little brother's friends found the video and were watching it at his birthday party.
What the heck?
Yeah,
them damn kids.
So she's like, "This is not me." She's like, and her family didn't know until the phone fell when the two boys started fighting, and she's like, this isn't, but this is, I do this, but that's not me. I have some kind of morals, because she said she doesn't fake orgasms and she doesn't tell the men in the chat that she loves them. Like, they show a lot of like little cam girls too. They all got their limits. Like one of them was like, I don't do nude shit.
Oh.
So this doppelganger is doing plenty compromising shit. Like, whoa, girl, what are you doing?
What the heck?
So she's like, this is not me. She calls the police. The police don't help her. The police is basically, he was trying to fuck her. He's like, so do you go on dates with these guys? And she's like, no. Like, basically, he's like, are you a prostitute? Because I want to fuck. And she's like, no. And then he's like, well, we're not helping you. Goodbye. I'm like,
oh my God.
He's like, if you don't want to see it, don't go on the internet. That's what he told her.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
wow.
So then,
you stay committed through this movie.
Yeah, because I'm like, who is doing this? I wanted to know. I'm like, who did it? And how are they doing it? So what ends up happening is the top cam girl, it was a black girl too.
Okay.
She was cute. All she was doing is just laying on the bed talking to dudes. They didn't show her doing, any nothing too risky.
Uh-huh.
So sometimes the cam girls team up together to get money together. Like, yeah. So they said that they were gonna have those two meet. So she's like, how am I about to meet up with this? The doppelganger is gonna go meet up with the girl and they're gonna make a video together. Oh. So she's like, I haven't even met her before. Where does she live? Like, so because she's trying to figure out what the fuck is going on.
Right.
So she meets up with this creepy guy that knows like all the cam girls. It was a stupid scene. I don't really understand what his point of being in the movie was, because yeah. So she basically finds out that the girl is in Georgia. The guy had showed her a picture like, yeah, I met her in person. This is me and her right here. And they're in front of a store with his name on it. He was like, look what we found. And so she looks up the store. She finds the girl. She finds the obituary for the black girl that she died in a car accident like 2 years ago. So I'm like, I'm confused.
Ain't she
are
alive?
They like, right? I'm like, are they just? I'm confused at this point. I'm like, is she really dead? All kinds of shit was going. Right. I'm like, is she really dead? Because they show the scene with the two, the doppelganger and the black girl in her house, and she's in her house. Yes, she's in her house at the same time. And they're about to come in her bedroom. And she's like, no, don't come in my room.
Going all over the place.
And it's live. So, no, but
it do sound like something like that.
The movie reminded me of an episode. And I watched Foundflix because after this movie went off, I had to go watch a breakdown of it on YouTube. Because I was like, because this is why I was confused. Basically, it ends. Okay, spoiler alert. It ends with her getting her doppelganger on a chat, and she goes live, and they do like this this game with each other, like copying each other.
Okay.
Because the doppelganger doesn't realize the doppelganger doesn't recognize her. It's not like, oh my God, we look alike. Oh my God.
What the heck?
So it's a computer system, basically.
Oh.
And they're really doing this now in real life. Like you can watch porno now with celebrities' faces. So they're really doing this kind of shit.
That's crazy.
So basically I guess, but they don't break this down in the movie. I had to watch a breakdown on the YouTube channel to even get this, because I'm like, what? So she like slams her head on the table. She starts bleeding, but the doppelganger did it too, but it doesn't start bleeding. But then all of a sudden blood just appears on its face. So it's showing you somebody's like,
putting the blood in there,
programming it. Like, so,
what the heck?
So she ends. So wait till you hear how this ends. So she wins a game, and the doppelganger is like, okay, what's your prize? What do you want? She's like, I want my username and password to get back in my account.
That's all she wanted.
Wait.
That's all she wanted.
She's like, I want my username. Bitch is bleeding.
That's all she wanted.
Nose is crooked, broken from her slamming her face down twice.
No views was important to this, man. She wanted all that back.
So she was like, yeah, I want my password back. So she logs in. She's going to the settings to delete the account, because they're both logged in now, I guess.
Uh-huh.
So she gets to the delete button, hovers over yes, and thinks about it. I'm like, bitch, delete it. Like, this shit ruined your life. Everybody thinks you're a hoe, like,
right,
whatever. So she deletes it.
Okay.
So then I'm like, I thought it was about to go off right there. So I'm like, who did it? So get this. They come to the next scene. Her mom's a beautician, so she's at her mom's shop.
Uh-huh.
Her mom. So I forgot to mention this too. When the mama found out what she was doing, she was cool with it. She was like, "You're really good at it. I've even watched some of your videos." I'm
what
like,
the heck? This is some weird
shit. So you
shit.
logged on to watch your daughter play with her pussy online.
This is some weird shit.
Yes. So mama was cool with it. So she's in her mama's shop. Mama's doing her makeup because her nose is fucked. Like, her nose is crooked now. Like, from
my God.
Her mom's doing her makeup, and you hear them talking. Her mom's like, well, what if it happens again? And she's like, I'll just create another account. So I'm like, is this bitch? So the next scene, she's in this beautiful blue room, all dolled up, new setting, has a blonde wig on, and turns the shit on and goes right back to doing it.
What the heck? After all of that?
Yeah, I'm like, so you didn't learn your lesson?
Wow.
So when I watched the breakdown of it, the guy basically said that it was technology, like the technology from people being on, because nowadays when you see people like on Clubhouse or Bigo or like all those apps where hosts get paid to just basically talk and just have a room, you have to log so many hours of video time in order for you to get paid with some of these sites. So because this is happening now, they basically were saying that the technology that was doing this and taking over people's lives was basic because these people were filming so much of their lives and like on Skype, even talking to people. The technology has picked up everything to remake like this digital, cam girl. So basically all the top cam girls were like a digital replica of them, and whoever was behind it was making a lot of money. So it was a good idea, but you never found out who was behind it.
Oh, that's crazy. So you sat there the whole time wanting to know what was happening and still didn't know.
Who did it? And why her? Why'd they pick her? Like,
so to the eyes of the world, she's dead. So
no, she didn't kill herself for real.
She didn't for real, but that's what.
No, they saw her get up on the she was still live when she got up, and she was like, that was a good show, guys.
So they knew it was fake.
So they knew she was still alive. So I don't know. I mean, I guess showing like I don't know. Because
That's
if that
some
were
crazy
me,
stuff.
bitch, go find a new job now.
Right.
Like,
Right. But some people just be craving that social media attention that they can't help it. They'll do whatever. They'll do whatever for the likes, for the follows, for the
No.
streams, for the everything.
I'm good.
Shoot.
But yeah, that was so yeah. That movie, it like I said, it had the potential, but I mean, I really would have liked to see like, oh, was this just like a group of
Right.
like mastermind hackers?
That's
who,
crazy.
Like,
So
you
if
know,
you can go back, would you thumbs it up or down?
I mean, I don't think I would thumbs it down because it did like kind of have me like, okay, what is going on? I don't like a predictable.
Yeah.
I don't.
So you were on the edge of your seat.
Yeah, but I just didn't like how it ended. Like maybe like I said, it reminded me of a episode of Black Mirror that didn't make the cut.
I was gonna say it kind of sounded something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to.
So I wouldn't give it a thumbs down.
Okay.
I wouldn't really give it a thumbs up either. I wouldn't.
I wish they had a doggone in between on Netflix. Like Netflix, can we get like an in between something, a face,
or can we get like a rating? Like, can we get stars?
right?
Something
A
5 stars.
A percentage. I mean, something. Because sometimes I don't like it and sometimes I don't hate it. But it's like,
I think it actually, yeah, no, it was a Plumhouse production. Actually, I don't think it was
Really?
Netflix, but it was on
their
Netflix.
Stuff is good.
Yeah, it was Plumhouse. I forgot. I had to think about that. It was Plumhouse.
Normally their stuff is really good. I love them.
There, some of the stuff that doesn't go mainstream to me, like, and when I say mainstream, I'm
it'd be
meaning,
when
like,
they
in
work
theaters.
with somebody else, when they work with like another like production. Because normally if it's just Plumhouse and that's all you see, that's a good ass movie.
Yeah.
But if it's like Plumhouse first and then it goes into the next production, that's when I'm like,
I think this was that. I think
This may
was
not
it.
be that
I think this
good.
started off as an indie movie, and then
Mm.
Plumhouse picked it up. That's what I think it was.
okay, yeah, because I'll watch me some Plumhouse. They are really good.
Yeah.
So what's another one that you watch? We
Oh.
giving y'all clips today. We giving y'all clips.
Yeah. Because I think like we thought like just staring at us talking was kind of
We're giving y'all clips. You want to go back and forth? Want to show one of my clips?
Yeah, you can show one of yours because I'll wait to talk about my
Okay,
other
well
one.
let's go with Amazing Stories. I want to talk about this. So Amazing Stories, while he's pulling up that clip, is on Apple TV. And
I just got rid of mine.
it is so good to me. So Amazing Stories is a collection of, I believe, 3 short stories. All of the stories are by Steven Spielberg. So right off top, you already know you're going to get something good.
Yeah, he doesn't really do a lot of horror.
No, he doesn't. And
Yeah.
it was like, I wouldn't quite say that it was like horror, but it went into that thriller suspense. So there's 3 short stories.
Oh.
And the one that really got me is, so there's a story of a girl who actually was murdered. So we get to like see how she acts in her afterlife, which really got me. And I was like, wow, that is amazing, because it's called Amazing Stories.
Amazing.
There was a part where I almost was about to cry. I laughed. I was like, oh my God. There is a story in here where there was a soldier who actually flew into the future and didn't know where he was. And he actually helped bring together this little boy with his stepmom, because the boy's father had passed away and she just didn't know what she was going to do with her life. So he actually helped bring them back together. And it was just so good. I wouldn't even call it, it's kind of got that thrill, that suspense. I think if it was on Amazon, Netflix, you would probably see it under a bunch of different categories, under Netflix. I thought it was great. If I could give it 2 thumbs up, I would have gave it 2 thumbs up. I think it's worth the watch if you do have Apple TV.
I need to borrow somebody's Apple TV.
It's real. I don't even know if I like.
Oh wait, no, I could probably watch it somewhere else.
I don't even know if I'm paying. You know what? I think how I got my Apple TV. There was who are you with T-Mobile?
I'm with AT&T.
Well, I got my Apple TV because if you're with T-Mobile, T-Mobile does this thing called T-Mobile Tuesdays, where every Tuesday T-Mobile is giving you something for free.
They better, because I heard their service
There's
sucks.
been times where they've given you like they'll do like a free magazine prescription, or there'll be like free food, or like sometimes it's like an item like a hat, a t-shirt, an umbrella. But I got my Apple TV because they also did 1 year of Pandora free. Also, I got my Apple TV from being a member of T-Mobile Tuesday, where they gave you a year free subscription to Apple TV. So that's how I have mine. Then I don't even know how much it costs after that. All these doggone streaming services they got now.
Right.
They got nowadays. I don't even know how much it costs, but I mean, it's got good. I wouldn't say it's the best like app.
I like C.
But C, how's it spelled?
SEE. It was a good
It's a
series.
service?
It's a good series on Apple TV with what is his name with his fine self? Jason Momoa.
Oh, I did see that. Okay,
I want season 2 to come out. It was so good.
It. I mean, Apple TV did have my series that I watch with the baby doll.
You know, I watched like
Servant.
seven. I think like I've watched like most of those episodes, but then after a while I was like, I can't.
Good. Oh my God, I love Servant. It's just so good. That was that's why I stayed with Apple TV, because it was
my mom liked that show.
It is so good. I mean,
maybe I'll have to revisit it, because I was like, okay,
it's one of those movies where like
what is going on? Like
series where it's like I wouldn't do anything else while you're watching it. You really gotta like, not
pay
that
attention.
you gotta like pay attention.
I was like laying in the bed, like watching it when I was about to go to sleep. So
you gotta watch it when you're not sleepy and when you are like want to be into something. It's really good. I mean, it's got it's got the action, it's got the thrill, it's got the suspense. I like Servant. But yeah, Amazing Stories was great. I would watch it over and over again. I thought it was really good. I was kind of bummed they only had like the 3.
Was it a pilot? Was it like their first season?
No, it just said, I don't even know what it said, but I was like, I want more.
They'll probably come out with more.
I don't even know if they're gonna make more, but I'm like, I want more. I thought it was really good. If you have Apple TV, check it out. I thought it was really good. Okay, we want to go to another one?
Yeah, I can talk about my what is that? Is that High Tension?
Clips, y'all.
Yep, High Tension.
Giving y'all clips.
So High Tension, I think, came out like back in like 2007 or something, 3. I don't know. It came out a long time ago. I forgot that I actually did see this movie a long time ago. Too. But I just recently rewatched it with my boyfriend. And so it's a French horror movie, actually.
Those are good sometimes.
Oh, and this director, actually, I forgot what his name is. It's probably something French that I wouldn't be able to pronounce anyways. But right, Jean Petit, I don't know. Right, Jean, yeah. So he actually did the remake of Hills Have Eyes.
Oh, okay.
That's what I found out. So, yes, High Tension, I think, is a really good horror movie for its era. Mm-hmm. I know, I think when I had watched it when I was younger, I was like, wow, because there's a big twist with this one. So, basically, this movie is, what's funny to me now watching this being older, these girls I think are supposed to be in college, but they look like just two grown women.
They do look old. They look way older than what they are.
So I don't know, maybe French people age differently, or
it was the action for me.
Yes, the action. This movie did its thing. So, and it got to the point very fast. Mm-hmm. Very fast. So basically, I guess these two girls are in college. They're going on, I think they're on like spring break. So they're going to one of the characters. I think their name was like, I don't remember their names. Yeah. So, okay, there's a brunette and there's a blonde with short hair. That's what we'll go with. So they're going to the brunette's house for break, and they're like, or whatever. She's like, yeah, we're going, but we're not going to party. We're going to study.
Right? Who's going to do that?
Well, I mean, they didn't even get a chance to do anything because it got it got there fast. So basically, you know, you can kind of see, like, they get to the brunette's house. She has a nice loving family, little brother, like 4 years old, mom and dad, they look older. So basically, you know, it's a nice house, like in the countryside somewhere in France. So basically, you can kind of see that the blonde, the short hair blonde, she's kind of
the pixie cut.
Yeah, she's kind of obsessed with her friend. Like right off the bat, you can kind of see that. Like she's outside smoking a cigarette and watching her take a shower through the window, like just stuff. You like, girl, no. So, and then this movie has a scene where, well, after she's seen her friend naked, she basically goes in the house to have some personal time with herself, if you know what I mean. And they show this and I'm like, okay, I'm confused. So in the moment when she climaxes this, before I even get to that, so off the bat, we see some random truck driver off to the side of the road and he's getting head. But he's actually getting head literally because he throws this severed head out the truck window when he climaxed. So that brings me back
that was funny.
Yeah. So I was like, oh shit. So this like right away, I'm like, okay, we got a ruthless killer here. So that brings me back to her climax. So right when she climaxes, the truck driver pulls up to the house. And when I mean he pulls up to the house, he pulls up to the front door. And I'm like, okay. Like we already know he's crazy, fucking killer.
Right.
So I'm like, how is this going to go down? Oh, it went down right away. So the dad gets up, like the guy's honking, you know, he looks like the truck looked like Jeepers Creepers truck.
Oh, wow.
So he's honking.
Them trucks. Be careful with them.
So the dad comes downstairs right away. Killer kills him. Like he pushes his head through the door out and then now this kill was the best kill I've seen. I think this is really creative. The killer puts the daddy's head in the stairway in between, like you know how stairs will have like a gate. I guess that's what they're called, like along them going upstairs.
Oh, railing.
Yeah, railing, but the rails had like a gate, like fence kind of. So the killer puts his head in between there, takes this big ass wooden dresser and pushes it, and head just. It's gone. Watermelon. So I was like, wow. And they showed it. And yeah.
In that era, they showed a lot of gore.
What
was it? 2000? What'd you say?
2004? Like, I guess this is when like French horror took off.
Okay.
Or they were coming for us.
Yeah.
So right off the bat, kills dad, whatever. Then the killer kills the mama. We didn't get to see that, which I was like, okay. But he basically decapitated her, and I was like, well, maybe he's going to use that head for head now. I don't know. So, but he left it on the floor. It kills, and so the blonde, she knows what's going on. The brunette is asleep. So the blonde's hiding, you know, she's seeing all the killings, and I'm like, oh, okay, girl, get out the house. So then she goes and hides, whatever. Then the killer goes and gets her friend, who's sleeping with her headphones in.
That pissed me off. Like, how can you, like, really?
You were in the country. I'm not sleeping with my headphones on.
Really?
So yeah. He comes and gets her. Then he goes and kills the baby brother, shoots him. We didn't get to see that. I was like, oh, kill the kid. I want to see it. I know it's kind of.
You wanted to see that?
Yeah, I don't know. I want movies to go there. Go there. Don't imply it. Supply it.
I think I've seen, not to cut you off, but I think, wasn't it Amityville where they actually did show the kids getting murdered?
Which one?
I think it was
Was it the original or the remake?
I want to say I think it was the remake.
Because the remake, nobody got killed. I was confused.
It was. I think it was like not the first one. I think it was like, what was it, Amityville 2 or something like that. But I think one of those movies showed the kids. But I'm always like, I don't know. I got that soft spot for the kids.
See, I'd be like,
don't kill the kid.
If you're gonna kill it, don't do it off camera.
I'd be like, don't kill the kid. I don't want to see you killing the kid.
I saw some kids get killed on Crip TV. Yeah, but and I was like, yeah, okay, now do I want kids to get killed in real life? Hell no. But if a movie's gonna go there, go there. So yeah. But anyway, so we just hear a gunshot. So I'm like, damn, he killed the baby brother. So I'm like, okay. So the girl's in the room crying. He's got her gagged now. He's about to take her. So the friend basically, he kidnaps the girl. And the girl's trying to, trace them down. She's following, whatever, stupid. Then they stop at a gas station. The killer kills the gas station attendant. Why? I don't know. I don't
He just wanted to kill people.
Right. I just wanted to kill. Yeah, because he didn't need to kill the gas station guy. He didn't see, I don't know, whatever. So the girl ends up being, after the killer leaves, she's in the gas station. She calls the police. The police are going to come, whatever. The police get to the gas station. When they watch the surveillance video, it's the blonde bitch. She killed. So I'm like, wait a minute. Did this bitch just kill that woman's whole family?
Right.
Because I'm confused. Because now at this point, she's chasing the killer. If somehow a really nice Mustang, I don't think the gas station attendant had a Mustang.
No, I was like, where the hell the car come from?
Right. So she takes the Mustang and is chasing the Jeepers Creepers truck with the killer in it with her friend. And then they have a showdown with her and the killer. So I'm like, I'm confused. Why did she kill the gas station attendant? So she killed the blonde kills the killer. She comes and rescues her friend, but her friend's holding the knife and hiding it. And then when she unties her, she like, bitch, get away from me.
Right.
You killed my whole family.
That's some crazy stuff.
So yeah. So the whole time this bitch was doing the killing. So, she kills another guy that tried to help the brunette. Now she's she's trying to kill, the brunette, I think she ended up stabbing her or something. Or no, she slashed her across the face with the knife trying to get her to stay away. So that set the bitch back to, now the killer came back and now he's chasing her. But she's really the old fucker that was killing everybody the whole time.
That's crazy.
But, so I had watched my found flicks guy on YouTube because I'm like, he gonna have to break this down to me. But I mean, I got it. I'm like, I got the fact. I'm like, okay, she has multiple personalities or something.
Right.
And something, but what set her off to want to kill her family like that? I'm like, okay, obviously she's in love with her because when she was trying to kill her and then she's like, tell me you love me. And she's like, I love you. And she kisses her and
that was some crazy.
She's like, nothing. She kept repeating, nothing will come between us. Nothing. So I guess maybe she felt like her family was going to come between them or something. I don't know.
That's some crazy mess.
This bitch ended up being the killer. So, but the things that were confusing to me, I'm like, so if she's okay, first of all, if she's really this old fart in this, if that's a personality, how was he even getting head in the beginning from the head? Like, what?
Right.
I'm confused. Was she really driving the Mustang?
Right.
Like what?
They didn't clarify any of that too well.
Yeah. I mean, and maybe that was the goal for the movie. Not, I guess, like the guy on Foundflix, he said that they were showing what she felt like happened versus what really happened. So,
and I'm surprised they never had a sequel from this because it seems like there's always a sequel.
Because the bitch didn't die; she was just in the mental hospital.
Because it's like there's always a sequel to everything.
And the ending of it was freaky when when she came and visited her in the hospital, but she was like, "Can she see me?" And they're like, "No." And then all of a sudden, she just turned to her like, and I'm like, "That bitch can just sense her. Like she really loves her." Like,
right. That's so crazy. Now watch me talking about it. There's going to be a sequel coming out for 2021.
They should definitely, because that guy is talented though, because he did a hell of a job with The Hills Have Eyes. So
yeah, he did. That was a really good one.
But yeah, High Tension. It was a good movie. I like it.
That's crazy.
And no subtitles, even though it's French. So we can work with that.
The French movies that don't have subtitles that are horror movies, I can get jiggy with them because they have come a long way since the years of High Tension. I think they're really good. I've watched a couple of them. They've been really good. But yeah. I'm like, If there's subtitles, I ain't watching that. I ain't got time to read nothing.
I don't like.
I do not want to be reading nothing.
Especially a horror movie.
No, I'd rather get a book.
You cannot read subtitles and watch a horror movie or a psychological thriller because you're gonna miss something.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I look at it.
I watched one thing that was subtitled, and that was that Grudge series where it was in over in Korea, but it was subtitles. I don't know why I read it, but I did, and I got through it. But that's some crazy stuff. So I have another one. I have one. This is also on Netflix. This is 2 Sentence Horror Stories. So there's 2 seasons. And I've watched all of season 1 and all of season 2. So 2 Sentence Horror Stories are these very short horror stories. They're very short. I think they're like maybe 10 minutes. I think they're about 10 minutes long.
They're
or about like 5-10 minutes, maybe
15,
2.
maybe.
Yeah, they vary. Yeah, very very short. But to me, they are so good. It's like some of them are so good. You could have made the whole movie off of that 10-15 minutes. But they're very short stories. That's why it's called 2 Sentence Horror Stories. All different genres, different types. There's things with monsters. There's things with voodooism. Things with
that episode was funny.
People getting murdered. Psychological stuff. Like it's a whole bunch of different stuff. And some of them are, show the gore. Some of them show, whatever. But some of them are just got that jump scare, which I love. Some are just like I
like that episode.
There were some of them that I was like, what the fuck did I just watch?
Yeah. Did you feel like that with the one with the worms? Like,
yes,
it was good, but I was confused.
I was like, what the hell?
I'm like, why don't they just go to the doctor?
What the hell was this? But I'd be committed through the stuff that I start. Plus, I was looking for something
Did they have
was
that one with the doll? Like the girl was acting like she had a baby. Was that on there?
I think that was.
Or was that something else I
watched? Think that was on there. But the one that was like, what the hell? The one where they were playing basketball with the man that came out of nowhere who was snatching up those kids when they were playing basketball.
Was he like a vampire or something?
Yes. Who was like watching them from a distance.
I remember that one vaguely. I just remember I'm like, oh shit, he's a vampire.
Yes, that one was like, I thought that one could have been longer. Some of them were so good, they just ended. And I was like, no, don't end. I want more.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one's, if I had to thumbs up or thumbs down that, I would thumbs up it because it's got every genre. If you're somebody who wants every genre, if you want to be scared, if you want to jump scare, if you want something that's just weird, if you want.
The one that was stupid to me was the one about the girl that was doing like a YouTube.
Yeah,
I was like,
that one was crazy. I think
that could have been on like a Goosebumps or something.
Yeah, I think that could have too. And the one that was crazy was what was it? That Office one where
with the worms?
Yeah, I think that's the one.
Like,
yeah,
were they all? I'm like, are they all just fucking the boss and giving them worms? Like, I'm confused.
That one was crazy, but yeah, that's I would recommend that one, and it's on Netflix. If you want to watch that, I've been watching so many things, you guys, because, like I'm still recovering from foot surgery, which is such a long process. But I've been watching so many things while I've been recovering. I'm starting to get around now. I'm starting to try to get more mobile, but I'm telling you, like, I've just been binging like everything. I've been looking for stuff that's got 1, 2, 3 seasons, and I'll just
so have you watched them?
Yes, I did.
And Tone left, so now we can't play the clip.
Right. Before he even shows the clip, we're still showing the clip for 2 Sentence Horror Stories, but before he shows the clip for them, I just want to say, so there are so many people who there's a fence divided with them. Mm-hmm. You've got the people who are just pissed as all hell because they feel some type of way because of the racism that was shown in this film.
Who?
I've seen so many people commenting on social media about how, this is the thing. Oh, I would slap that white bitch. Oh, that white bitch, this and that. I look at it like
she did slap her.
if y'all hate the woman who acted, because this is
so
you know
they're
what I'm
now
saying?
hating the actress.
If you hated this woman who acted like this, that means that she acted her ass off.
Right.
If y'all hate her that much, if somebody can put me to the point where I dislike you as a person, that means that you acted your ass off. So I'm going to give you your flowers.
And let's not forget that this actually was, I think that Them was actually made by a group of Black directors. So do you think that they would really put somebody that's really racist in the show?
And the thing
and that lady, if I'm not mistaken, she was on American Horror Story.
Yes, because
she played the lesbian.
Because the thing to me is like, what we have to remember is racism like this actually did happen, you know, in that era, even though I didn't live it.
No.
But we have to remember, like, there are people that are still living now that actually went through these experiences. So even though it's sickening to watch, or it makes us feel some type of way, or if we have some type of, I don't want to watch this, I'm upset, I'm angry, good, you should be, because things like this happen. I thought Them was really good.
Yeah, I liked it.
I thought it was really, really good.
And I feel like with shows like this, like even with Lovecraft Country, I feel like, okay, yes, it's touching on touchy times, but it's also showing our power as Black people. Like, it's, that's how I take it. Like that part where the fire came around the house and all that, I'm like, they showing they got power.
Right, exactly. And those little girls were so strong.
They're such good actors.
Yes.
The little one, oh my God.
Everybody in this series acted their ass off. Even the white people that y'all did not like, they acted their ass off. And I know it had to be really tough for them to take on these roles, you know, to say,
to get hate,
you know, they knew they were going to get this backlash, to have these, you know, scenes that you had to act out. You know, I don't know how I felt with the cat in the bag scene. That really took me to a
cat in the bag. That was a baby.
Yes, that took me to a place, and
I would have had
completely sick. But again, you know,
shit like that happened.
Shit like that really happened. You know, so like you said earlier, if you're going to show it to us, go there.
Right,
go
and
there.
Now how they did that, I liked that.
Yeah,
like, go there. Like, people need to see
shit like that actually happened.
The ugly
side of the racism that, you know, they were getting in that era. And, you know, I'm sure it had to be tough to do that role. And I like the fact that before certain scenes came on, we got our warning. You know, before we watched certain scenes, they would tell us, you know, this episode will contain this episode will contain that. So we got the warnings. You know, I mean, I don't know if I wouldn't let my young child watch it, but I would let my teenagers watch it if they wanted to. He wouldn't understand really what's going on.
Yeah, it would probably be scared to like a little kid.
Yeah, but as far as
scary.
everything that went on, I thought it was really, really good. It was well put together. It was well acted.
Very, very artistic.
Very artistic. I thought the directing was great. I just thought it was really good.
What didn't you like about it? Because I have a couple of things I didn't like about it.
I didn't like, even though I understood when they took us back to the preacher part of it, I understand where they were going with that, but I would have wanted some more of a, I guess, like, getting me to that point. You know, it's almost like, so we knew the little girl saw the preacher man in the basement, but I want to know, like, why are you seeing these people? Like, is the house haunted? You know what I'm saying? I wanted just a little bit more of to get me prepared for you taking me on this backstory to tell me about.
I liked how they put the backstory in black and white. That was
yes, I did like that. I did like that a lot. But yeah, I mean, as far as like, that's the only little thing that I would say. I mean, everything else, I don't have anything bad to say about it. I mean, I had to stay off of Facebook for like that time when it was on, because so many people were just irritating me. Y'all was pissing me off. I'm just gonna let y'all know, y'all was pissing me off. It's like I'm not even gonna say what I want to say, but y'all was making me mad.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really be on Facebook anyways, but yeah. What was okay, so I was confused by the milkman a little bit. Like,
yeah, I don't know why he went crazy.
And he just killed her?
I don't understand
I'm
why
confused.
he went crazy. I don't know. You know, it's always the ones that...
And they made... Okay, now that was Jason from True Blood. They made him look so ugly in there because Jason was fine.
Oh, yeah, he did. Yes.
And I'm like, that's Jason?
Because at first I was looking like, wait a second, I know him. Yeah.
No, he was the brother, Jason. Eric is Alexander Skarsgård, and that's one of my celebrity crushes. First of all, don't do him. Jason was Sookie. Yeah, no, I didn't like. Well, yeah, he was fine in there too, but that Jason was Sookie Stackhouse's brother.
Oh,
the dumb one, kind of. He was
crazy. Yeah,
I miss True Blood. I cried when it went
They
on.
need to bring that back.
Don't know because Tara then moved over to Queen Sugar, and I like her better on Queen Sugar.
I need some type of vampire something.
It was Eggs. That was him in Mortal Kombat. Okay, and Eggs also did that terrible Tyler Perry movie. What happened to Eggs' body? Remember it in True Blood? I was like,
everybody looked good in True Blood.
Everybody did.
Everybody did. Man.
Yeah, I was like, especially when he was in that movie, that Tyler Perry movie, I'm like, this is not Eggs no more.
Yeah, that was crazy. But I mean, yeah, I liked it. I can watch it over and over.
Yeah, I can watch. True Blood is classic, timeless. Me and my mom, when we used to watch that on Sundays, we would drink Bloody Marys. That's
crazy. Quite honestly, I didn't even know them was going to be like what I watched.
Right.
Like I'll admit, when I first saw the poster for the movie, it kind of took me back to like a Us. So I kind of thought it was going to be.
That's what I thought too.
I kind of thought it was going to be dark and mysterious and some type of like horror movie.
Yeah.
Like
it was horror, but it was a mixture. But I was thinking like this is funny. That girl that was in Us and now she's in Them. So I've been in Us, Them. Next is gonna be We. Like,
oh my God, that is fun. Yeah, but those kids did a really good job. I think. Yeah, I would watch it over and over again. I thought it was really good. Those of you who don't like it, all I can say is y'all need to get educated and watch it again. Maybe
I liked it. I liked it. I just thought like the way that the white lady went out was terrible because I'm like, okay, so I knew the husband was gay. I'm like, he's gay. I knew that. I told my boyfriend, I'm like, he's gay. And I liked though how he at the end he kind of felt like he could kind of actually kind of understand what the black people went through because he was
starting
gay.
To feel a little sorry for them.
Well, yeah, because he had to hide his life and who he was for real. Because back then that shit was not acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why he was like, "All right, fuck y'all, I'm out of here." He didn't even care that his wife was missing. The guys from the neighborhood cared more than he did about his wife missing, which was that was funny. Then I'm like, so the white lady was fucking her daddy, like.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, that was crazy. I'm glad they didn't go there because I did not want that.
No, I didn't.
I was like, I'm glad she left the house because I did not want that.
I was sitting there like, ooh.
And then he took
all that money at the bank.
Yes.
I was like, ooh. She was like,
and then the guy that was playing her dad was Mr. Healy from Orange is the New Black. So I was like, don't do Mr. Healy like that. I don't want to see that. So I was glad, they didn't go there because I didn't want it to go there. I was like, get out the house, girl. You don't need the money that bad now.
Right. That is crazy. But yeah, I thought it was. I don't know. shoot, I felt like I was educated watching the movie because I didn't know in the beginning that Compton was,
like that. Right.
Like I didn't know.
I liked how they kind of showed like how Compton became what it was. Like
yes.
And how they did used to do black people when it came to mortgages, and they still do it to this day.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So I learned a lot from, watching it, and I thought it was really good. So I don't have anything really bad to say about that.
Yeah. I guess this is going to be like a new series, kind of like American Horror Story.
Oh, so there's going to be another one?
I guess that's what I heard. I heard that it's going to be like
a season 2 or something?
A season 2, but it's going to be like a whole new setting, kind of like the hauntings of whatever house or manor that they want to do.
Okay.
Which I think is pretty tight.
When is that coming back on?
They did, you talking about the Hill House haunting?
Yeah.
They're not doing Hill House no more. They moved on to a new house, which is Bly Manor.
Isn't there supposed to be? No. Did I watch that? Isn't there a third one?
Bly.
A third one?
I don't know. I hope so. Because I love that.
Just give me my stuff, Netflix.
I love that. And drop Stranger Things.
Give us our shows. We need our shows.
And Jordan Peele needs to drop Candyman. The theaters are back open, Jordan Peele.
Would you go to the theaters and see it? Or do you feel safe?
Yeah, I already had COVID.
I'm waiting for The Conjuring, the new Conjuring. Did you see the trailer for
that?
that?
The devil made me do it.
I am ready for that.
That's based off of a real.
And speaking of Mr. Wan there, I forgot his first name, but he's supposed to be coming out with an actual series. A horror series. I don't know if it's going to be on Netflix or
who you talking about? Wong?
Yeah, the director who did The Conjuring and Insidious.
He did that?
James Wan, is that his name? James Wan?
Wow. He actually made this. Remember I was telling you about that Megan is Missing movie?
Yeah.
That was his first movie, I think. And
everything
that was trash.
Is good. Well, since then.
Well,
but I think
the last 20 minutes of that movie was phenomenal. But the bullshit that we had to go through to get to that. But in his defense, it was off of a low budget.
Yeah.
He
got that budget money now.
$50,000 budget. Yeah. But the last that Megan is Missing went viral like last year because of the ending. Like people thought it was real. It was like a found footage. So he's come a long way.
Yeah, they said the title, I forgot what the title was, but I recently saw it in a news article as I was flipping through that he's working with someone else to put together this horror series that's supposed to be, I believe it's coming to Netflix if I'm not mistaken. But I'm all for the horror series. Bring them to me. Bring them to us. We want to see them. So I need
Outsiders. Outsiders on HBO to come back because that was great.
Yeah, there's a lot
of... The girl that's doing Aretha Franklin actually was in there. I forgot what her name is, but she was phenomenal in there.
Oh, that's on my list to watch this week. That
Outsider?
The Aretha Franklin.
Oh.
I'm gonna watch that.
I heard people are like pissed off about that too.
They pissed about everything. What ain't they pissed about? People is pissed about what makes y'all happy, because y'all be pissed about everything. Like what? Like damn. Like geez.
So yeah,
go out and get an ice cream cone or something. I don't know, but I guess we are going to be wrapping this up. So when are we coming back so that they know?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. We're gonna. I'm not even gonna be here. What's 2 weeks? The 13th, the 14th.
I'm like Tone.
Yeah, I will. I'm not gonna be here. I will be in Pennsylvania.
She don't want to tell Facebook her business?
They don't know what the fuck I'm doing in Pennsylvania, but I'm going to be there. So we're going to come back the 22nd. We'll be back on the 22nd at our new time. 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. We'll be back.
So what is our next episode going to be about? We didn't really have like a...
Yeah, we really didn't have.
So do you want to watch for the next episode? Do you want to do the stupid horror movies like we were talking about?
Yeah, I think we should throw some stupid
like
horror
the
movies
one about
in
the couch.
Or you know what do y'all want to see? Like let us know what you want to see, because we will be happy to do an episode based off of what you guys want to see, what you want us to watch for you, what you want us to talk about. Let us know.
There's a lot of categories
also,
for horror movies.
Yes, because I want y'all to know that horror is not just let me slash you up,
Right.
let me
Slice
kill
ya,
you,
dice
let
ya.
me do. There's so many genres that fall underneath there. Fall underneath there. So, I put out. I want them to tell us. Because I know y'all be thinking it. Y'all be watching and y'all be.
What
thinking
are you
it.
afraid to watch?
So, because we don't mind watching it for you. We'll do that. So let us know.
Nothing really scares me.
Yeah, I can watch anything from the nastiest to the not so nastiest. I don't mind.
Yeah.
But
The only thing I don't like. Okay, now one thing I don't like is spiders.
I don't like spiders either. But I
Or
will
roaches.
make myself watch it. We need to do one with animal movies.
Arachnophobia. I cannot. I tried to watch that when I was a little girl, and I was like, I just felt like spiders were crawling on me.
Yeah. We're gonna have to get a list
Maybe
together.
I'll watch. Okay, maybe I will watch that tonight. I don't know.
Good luck. But yeah, let us know. I want to thank all of y'all for tuning in and listening and watching and commenting and all that
Girl,
great stuff.
because these comments, I'm gonna tell you about this.
New Carrie.
I've watched all of Carrie's.
And we getting carried away, y'all. Just come back on the 22nd.
We'll have an idea by then.
We're gonna have some good stuff, because if you love us by now, you're gonna love us then. Oh my god!
The new Shop of Horror. I didn't even watch the first one.
Oh my god!
Isn't that like a horror musical or something? I can't watch that. Like I've never watched
through.
Bye.
Bye guys. Thanks for watching.
Don't let her get away, Mommy. Don't let her live. I won't, Jason. I won't.